Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Basola and I love to recap TV shows and movies. So today we're gonna do the premiere of Sweet Life Los Angeles. Had to think about the name. Sweet Life Los Angeles, and let's just get started. I think at first when I heard about this, I thought it was gonna be more of a what's the word I'm trying to think of? I thought it would be more of a scripted show. I didn't know it would be unscripted. And then I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be like a reality show. So I was like, I'm going to support Issa Rae because it's Issa. Why not? So I don't mind the show, honestly. I don't at all. The show starts, I will say, I wish they had kind of like introduced us or had a little episode, the first episode or the first like 10 minutes telling us who these people are. I mean, they show it while they're already like talking, but at some points I'm like, okay, so who knows who? Who's friends with who? Who's new in the group? Like they mentioned it briefly, but the introduction was a little like, and I understand they probably were trying to, it might have been intentional because they're trying to be different, but it would have been nice to, like, I wrote notes down of who's who, but I was like, ooh, okay. They were just showing us as we're meeting them, they just write it on the screen. And I also, I don't know. I don't mind it though. Like, I don't mind the show. I mean, I just wished the introduction was a little better flushed out, is basically what I'm trying to say here. So we start off, we meet, what's her name? We meet Tylen. She's an event planner, and they show us kind of like just snippets of, or talk about snippets of the stuff that she's done. Apparently, she does really super cool, dope events. And then next to her, we meet her boyfriend. So I have a question. For the guys that they didn't have their occupation next to who they are, what their name is, like when they introduced Tylen, they told us she was an event planner. And then when they introduced her boyfriend, they just put her boyfriend. They didn't put what he did. So is he jobless? Is he? Because I feel like they would have put that in there. So that is a question that I have. And then we meet Amanda. Amanda is her best friend. She is a PR consultant. And then they introduce Rob as Amanda's boyfriend. And once again, they didn't like tell us his occupation. Maybe because they're new and they're like, I don't know. But they didn't tell us the boyfriend's occupation. So I was like, are we So anyway, we move on. Amanda and Ty, I'm just gonna call her Ty. They are going to trap yoga. And the trap yoga, it's not my steez. It's not my thing. I like the ladies' energy, but I was just like, not my cup of tea. But I could see how that is like really, really energetic and fun for a lot of people, but not my thing. So they show us the little side of Amanda and Ty basically talking about, their relationship, their new men. I just feel like if they're best friends, they already know about each other's man like that. But sure. They get to, like I said, they get to trap yoga. And I don't think that's something I would ever do. I'm not even a yoga person. But you know what? I probably need to. I'm sure it's just another form of, oh wow, my eye mask. I'm sure it's just like another form of Zumba, just a more fun thing. And one of the boyfriends mentioned, so every time we do something, we're just gonna just add trap in front of it to make it black, to black it up. And I was like, you know what? That is a right thing to say. I didn't mind it at all, and it made sense because a lot of people are doing like trap this, trap that, whatever, trap everything. And I think the concept is really, really dope. Um, but yeah, I'm not working out on the beach. I like going to the gym, but getting to the gym, that, my friend, is another topic. Okay. So next, we get introduced to Cheryl and her boyfriend, Cheryl, and Gerald, Gerard, Gerald. I don't remember how to pronounce it. Um, so they introduce us to them, and they're on a date, and I was like, oh, this is so cute. And they kind of showed us Jordan, whom we'll get to in a minute, saying favorite couple goals or something like that, and they show us, and then they're talking, and as they're talking, they mention, it's different for everybody, but it doesn't take you 8 years to know when you're ready to be with somebody. They brought that up, and one, I will say, marriage is not for everybody. So I don't want to like maybe they just don't want to get married and they're fine with being in a relationship, forever or whatever. Because clearly Cheryl wants to get married, and it seems like she's been ready. What I don't want her to do is like try to force him to marry her, because it's been 8 years. I don't care how young or old you are. It's been 8 years. Now, if he's not ready, he's not ready. But it looks like she's ready. Sounds like she's been ready to like want to be married to him, being that they've been together for so long. And to me, the more they talk, let me continue my makeup, child. The more they talk, the more it seems like she's ready for more. And I don't think he can give her that right now. So they did show us that she's a fashion designer, or she's a designer, and Gerald or Gerard, oh my God, I don't know which one it is. He is a marketing specialist. So I like that. That's what made me think, like when they showed his occupation, that's what made me think. So they didn't show Ty and Amanda's their boyfriend's occupation. So are they jobless? Right? Because why didn't they tell us that? Because they showed Gerard's. I'm gonna say it's Gerald. I don't know. So, like I said, in this conversation of theirs, she, in the confessional, she's saying, how much longer does he need, or can he wait, or something like that. And I'm just like, girl, I don't know. I don't think it's a money issue thing. And because he still lives with his parents. So, to me, that is a smart choice, okay? Until they're ready to be together. And she's worried about him moving in. Don't move in. Don't let him move into your place. You guys get a place together. Don't let someone move into your place. Don't let your boyfriend move into your place. Don't let your girlfriend move into your place. I feel like if you guys are coming together and you're one of those couples that feels more comfortable living together before you get married, I think you should get your own place together. I don't think, because I feel like it imposes people are different, but for the most part, I feel like it almost feels like you're imposing on the person's space, because when they moved into that space, it probably was right for them at the time. This keeps sliding off. I'm gonna take it off. It was, your own right space for you. You had enough space for yourself. But if you now move someone else in, where's like, I could just imagine if I get into a relationship, I don't want to live with the guy, okay? I would want us to find a place together, and also I would we just gonna get married and find a house or a condo. I'm not a house person. I'm more of a loft. Anyway, um, I think it's just smart for couples to get their own space together because the example I was giving, if you I just feel like it's imposing on the other person's space. You might feel like you may be crowding their space. It may not be enough space for both of you guys because I don't know if Cheryl lives in a one bedroom, but if she lives in a one bedroom, her space is probably like amazing enough for her. But having your partner now move into your place, like it seems like that's what she wants, for him to move into her place. Like, where would his stuff go? Like, and then she would have to create space for that. He'll have to put his some of his stuff in storage and some of his stuff in his parents' house. Like I said, I think him still living with his parents is actually not a bad thing at all. Not a bad thing at all. After we leave them, we go to Jordan, and they show us Jordan, I guess, talking to his friend or his little brother. I don't know. They didn't emphasize. Um, but smart guy driving a smart car. Because when I get a car, I feel like in New York, when I moved from DC here, I was just like, I don't need a car. Gotta find parking. It's a struggle. But I'm not buying a gas car. All of my friends know once I get a car, I'm getting a Tesla, preferably a Model 3. Um, anyway, I think his business is really, really cool. And having his mom, as long as she's not one of those people that's overbearing when it comes to like a family company, I feel like having someone that you really, really trust to help you or help you run your company, I think is really smart. But also, I love the concept, like the concept of his brand. As someone that's a comic book fan and some anime fan, actually, I'm an anime fan. It's just some things I'm just like, no, no, I'm not watching that. But I think it's really, really dope, and I don't think I knew about this until now, and I may have to look into that and support because I would really like some merch. The idea of the brand is really, really cool, and I love that concept a lot. So now we are going to, well, yeah, they show us PJ and Brianna. So they're driving, they're talking, and I didn't get like a couple vibe from them, but I got the idea that he liked Bree. But they're in the car driving, and they're talking, and his oh my god, that shield, the y'all, that's what I'm calling it. The shield is like it keeps falling every time they're like talking, and I was like, what is going on here? Listen, he needs to get that together. He needs to get that together. He don't even got to get a new car, but if you have some kind of money, you can fix that yourself. Buy something from Amazon and get it done. You don't even have to go to the mechanic. Or like she said, use some industrial duct tape or something. But also, when she was talking and she was like, I really appreciate him coming to pick me up, but I need him to get that fixed ASAP. Ma'am, you don't have a car. Don't talk shit. Like, not having a car in LA is hard because I think that was also the part when I lived in LA that made me not like it because, up until a year ago, I didn't know how to drive. So getting a car was not even in the cards for me because I wouldn't have known what to do with it. That's number one. Number two, it's hard. Not like, it's not here like New York City where the train literally is your best bet. if you don't have a car. Like, you have no struggles when you have the train. But for her to even be able to say that, I was like, girl, please don't be attempting to talk shit. You don't even have a car. Like, what? I kind of gave her the side eye. So from that, I was just like, I'm gonna watch Brie. I don't know, it's the way she said it, and I know that's super judgmental, but it's just the way she said it. Like, girl, you need to calm down. You cannot. It was just a window thing, and it's annoying. I'm sure it's annoying for him. He's the one driving it. So they had their little talk, and she said she's been stressed, trying to figure out everything. And they go to a smoke shop, and we are introduced to Kofi. And looks like I think that's his business. I think, or maybe like part co-owner. They didn't really elaborate on that, but he's showing them the different types. And Bree is like, I've heard about this, but I've actually never seen like purple weed. I don't know if that's a thing. I've never smoked weed a day in my life, so I don't know. But I was like, I like that they're showing. Usually when they show a show like this, or when we watch a show like this, it's usually people that are much older, or it's people that's like much younger, like teenagers. So I like the mid 20s aspect that they have with this show. So I like that they're all seemingly entrepreneurs and doing stuff for themselves. It gives me like, you guys remember like what's that show? Baldwin Hills. I feel like this is that, but grown up and a little more responsible, a little more independent. That's what I get from this show. And this is the part I was like, I really like this a lot. Yeah. So we go over to where I guess they're waiting on PJ. So Jordan and Gerard. Oh my God. Y'all, I promise by the next episode I'll get it right. I promise you. Gerald. They're waiting on PJ. So they're just like talking. And when he finally gets there, he was like, oh yeah, I was just chilling or hanging out with Brie or something like that. And Jordan was like, oh, I didn't know you and Brie was chilling. And he was like, yeah, like, he didn't see anything like about it. And the more they talk, I'm like, oh, this is a love square. Out of all of the men in LA, y'all dating, the girls are dating amongst each other. And then they mentioned Becky. And I was like, okay, I can't wait to see Becky. Was she's gonna, was it like a serious relationship? Was it a fling? Was someone like, I couldn't wait to see how that would unfold. But even for the guys, out of all the girls in LA, there's so many beautiful people in LA. Beautiful inside, I mean, like, that you can find. Unless you just want to be, like, ill. You just want to date in your friend circle. I think that's a little weird. You ain't ask me, but I think it's a little weird, okay? LA is big enough. And these are people that seem to have access to anything and anywhere they want to go. So dating within your friend circle is very, very, very odd. Oh my God. No. Unless, like, and when I say this, I mean, like, it's fine if you're introduced to a friend of a friend and, once that's done, that's done. But to just be going from one circle of friend to this circle of friend. And from the looks of it, Becky and Brie, they're like roommates. So Jordan knew that. And he really, really likes Brie. And from their conversation, he loves Brie. So there. So they go over back to Cheryl and what's his name? And Gerard. I want to say Cheryl and Gerald. Cuz it sounds good that way. But he's saying, I mean, the conversation, they're still on this date. The conversation is like, he still lives with his parents, which I think I was going to touch on earlier. I think, because I did it 2 years ago, when I went to DC, I moved back in with my parents to save money. That didn't work. because I ended up spending more. This is why I just prefer New York. New York is expensive, but people don't tell you DC is just as expensive. It's just tiny, so no one really speaks about it. My parents, their house is in Maryland, but like when everything you need to do is in DC, it's not cheap. So going back in with your parents, or him just still being with his parents, I think is actually, honestly, I think it's a smart thing, because if he's really serious about her, the amount of money that he can save, and she's also, I think, I don't know what the fear is for him. To me, the more he talks, the more it seems like he has commitment issues. Yes, he's in an 8-year relationship, but the fact that, one, he's scared to like move in. Like I said, him being with his parents, I think that's fine. I think your kids should leave your home when they're ready, as long as they are not like super, super, super lazy bums. But also, kids don't ask to be here, okay? There can be an argument for both sides. Kids don't ask to be here. I think in more so American culture, once you're 18 or 21, you're ready to go out on your own and explore. Like me being Nigerian, especially when you're a girl, your parents, most of the time, they want you to stay in the house, until you get married, so they can give you away, which is not a bad thing. I moved back in with my parents because I thought it was going to save me more money, so I can come back to New York. That didn't work out. I came back to New York sooner than I thought I would, because this is my steez. New York City is my steez. But he makes a lot of sense, saying, him still staying at home, saving money. But y'all, I don't know how I feel. To me, his comment about them not moving together, it doesn't make any sense. Or moving in with her doesn't make any sense. Like, you're already there most of the time. So clearly this is someone you like being with. So if they're going to get a place, I know I said this earlier, if they're going to get a place, or if they want to be together and be in the same space together, they need to get their own apartment together. Because it just sounds to me, I'm not in their relationship, obviously, and we only see from what they're showing us. It seems to me, even though he's in this relationship, he fears commitment. Because if he doesn't, I feel like they would have been, one, married, two, they would be together, like living in the same. I'm in my early 30s. Oh my God, why did I say it like that? I'm 31, and I'm not about to be with somebody for 8 years and we're not getting married. Because when we're in a relationship, you'll understand that I want marriage. I'm not, after 2 years, after 18 months, and you don't know something, either you don't want to be with me, or I want to be your wife, or that I'm going to be your wife. Other than that, it's just at this point, and like I said, we don't really know their life like that, so I don't really want to come off super, super judgmental. But it's just, I'm just going off of what they show us, and it's just like 8 years is a long time. And I understand they are high school sweethearts, so that can play a part into it, because I don't, sophomore year, that's still, it wasn't like they were in freshmen. Well, I mean, it's not that different. But even 8 years after, like, it's a long time. It's a long time. And, it can be because they're young and he's scared. But it's like, what are you scared of? If you know you love this girl and this is who you want to be with, and it seems like he does, be together, get married, you know? So now they are at this girls' day thing. And y'all, there's something about Bree that I'm not feeling in my spirit. I don't know what it is, but I'm not feeling it. Anyway, they get there, they're having their girls' day, and it's her girls' day. And she was like, ew, why did you invite somebody when it's my girls' day? And it's like, out of all of them, Cheryl seems the most, like, I don't want to say soft-spoken, but just like super chill. She was excited to be there, and it looked like she was excited to get to know the girls. And Bree just came off really weird. And, she let her know that she thought she was a mean girl, or not a mean girl, but she just thought after she stalked her Instagram, she didn't think that she would be so nice and down to earth. And y'all, you know what? In real life, I've gotten that. I've gotten like meeting people. Oh, this is almost about to be like a story time, but this is not about me. People have, I've also come off like that on the internet. And when I meet people, they're like, "Oh my God, you are so chill and funny and down to earth." And I'm like, "Yeah, what were you expecting? I'm not mean." But Brie is to me, to me, her energy is very weird. And also, y'all let me know for the people that are in LA that know her, that know their social media. After this, I'm gonna go snoop on their social media to see, is Brie mixed with black? Like, is she biracial black? Because if not, why are you using the N word? And why are her friends not saying anything about that? Now, if she's half black, okay. Because a lot of people, just because you grew up around black people or you grew up in the hood, does not give you the authority or the liberty to use the N word all willy-nilly. I know a lot of people from the hood, non-blacks from the hood, like to do that. You're not allowed to do that, and your friends should check you. And if your friends are not checking you, I'm kind of checking you right now. So after this, I'm only saying like stuff that stood out to me. After this, we get introduced. I would say we get introduced to Bree, right? No, not Bree. Bree's roommate. What's her name? Rebecca. So Rebecca comes off as a sweet girl. She comes off that way. And when her and Bree are having this conversation, I was like, okay. But also, I was still like, so you guys didn't like. There's too many guys in LA for y'all to be talking about the guys that y'all knew in the same friend circle, and y'all are just they're just dating each other, guys. They're dating each other. Anyway, they had the conversation. We get to know a little bit about I keep saying Brie. We get to know a little bit about what is this girl's name? Rebecca, and how and her and Brie have been friends since Michigan. And something I was gonna say earlier, but I jumped, was homegirl was telling us about her like toxic relationship, and I'm just like, girl, you work in the medical field, try to find a way to seek some therapy, because that's not okay. Stuff like that follows you throughout your relationship, how you treat people. You're not very trusting, and you have a wall up, which I feel like when stuff like that happens to you, you have every right to feel guarded, but it can come off really bad in friendships and relationships and stuff like that. So I need her to seek therapy ASAP. When she was talking, I was like, that doesn't mean, this guy seemed to like you, because they brought up Jordan in their little talk. And I was like, you never know. He seems to like really, really like her and like want to be with her. But I don't know. She just comes off, y'all. There's something about Brie I don't like, and I haven't figured it out yet, like I said earlier. But when she was talking about this, I was like, this is a little weird. This is a little weird. But all of that happened. So now they're talking about what's this Ty's party. Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed with this foundation. But they are talking about Ty's party, and am I jumping everywhere right now? I feel like I am. But don't worry, it's all gonna tie. It's almost about to be the second episode anyway. So anyway, they talk about the party. The party's here now, and this is another reason why I wish we had got an introduction properly, because when Becky and um Becky and Bree gets to the party, Ty is like, "Well, I didn't know Becky was coming." And then when the party started, they're all acting like everything is cool. So it's like, if this is actually your friend, why wouldn't your one of your other mutual friend invite her? Was this, unless this was like a private party, that's a different story. If it was just like a party for something specific, but it seems like they know each other, so I don't know why it would have been weird. I don't know why it would have been weird, but it came off as if Ty and Rebecca had beef or something like that. I guess throughout the season, everything is gonna unfold and we're gonna find out. But when she gets there, Ty was like, "I didn't know she was coming," and Bree was like, "Well, I mean, is it a problem?" She's like, "No, but you just made it." Ty just made it seem like it was a problem. So far, though, I will say Ty is my favorite. She seems to want to make sure everyone, gets along, has a good time, bringing everybody together. So I really like her so far. So, party gets here. Um, once I already mentioned that, but once what's his name? Jordan sees Becky and Bree together. He looked like he saw a ghost. Okay, y'all. That man looked like his life just flashed in front of his eyes. And I was like, what the hell? What really happened? Okay, because what? What? What really happened? He looked scared. He looked shook. Like he wasn't expecting it. And I was like, I hope they tell us what happened. And then eventually they did. So the three of them are kind of having what seems like a mature conversation. And I was like, I'm really here for this. I really like that they're talking it out and they want, it didn't seem like there was beef, but it seemed like Jordan was trying to play games with both of the girls. Like, you did know they were friends and they're roommates. Y'all, when I found that out, I was like, oh, Jordan is, see, like a playboy. Also, this is why Ty the whole time has been like, every time she brings up Jordan and Bree, she's always like, are you sure? Is this a flirty thing? Is this, that, and the third? It seems like she knows something that we don't know, depending on how long they've been friends. But it's like, you're weird. Why are you dating girls in the same circle? I mean, so technically, he didn't date Becky. Seems like they just had a fling. And anyway, they were talking it out, and here comes awkward PJ. Like, he just made the whole thing awkward. It seemed like, like they wanted to really talk it out, and he just popped in there. And then the conversation kind of just like, I guess, stopped abruptly. I don't know. PJ, he comes off a little just, but when they were showing the whole party thing and, Jordan and Bree are like getting closer and it seems like they're getting more acquainted and it like, just very like touchy feely, the whole time. So at this point, we know Becky really likes PJ, but it looks like PJ is still like stuck on Bree, but Bree is feeling Jordan and Jordan really, really, really likes Bree. Get out of this love square. My God. What? Y'all don't know nobody else? Okay. Okay. This is kind of how I would say the episode ends and it goes to episode 2. So we get to episode 2. We are now, like, they show us that, what you call it, they show us that Ty and Amanda are besties. So her party's gonna come up soon, and they discuss that. And then we see what's this boy's name? Jordan's apartment. I like the art that he had in his apartment. I really, really like it. So now PJ and who was PJ? I forget who else was there. And Jordan. I forget who the third person was. One of the guys. I'm not sure if it was Kofi or if it was Gerald. But they're there together, and Jordan is basically, I like that he's like fleshing this story out, instead of just like us trying to wonder or do guesswork of what actually happened. Like, cause I was like, So he's telling the story, and PJ's acting like he's a 13-year-old boy that doesn't know what what's this boy's name? What Jordan is trying to say. He's asking questions like, so what do you mean what happened? What happened? I'm just like, you want him to spell it out for you? They had sex. What? They had sex. They weren't dating. Him and Becky wasn't dating, I guess he had some interest in her and it just fizzled out. And he just wasn't interested. I don't know why this boy, y'all. I was so annoyed. I was like, why are you asking for extra details? Why do you want to know that? Why did you want to know that? That was stupid. Can you tell I was a little irritated by that? I was like, why is he asking for all these details? Like, they had sex. Like, are you one of those weird people that needs to know every single detail? When he asked that, I was like, dude, they had sex. So now we go back to Ty and Bree, and they're walking, and what's this girl's name? Bree is like, I feel like I need more sage because the energy, blah blah blah. And y'all, not to be shady or shade no shade, tea no shade, very shady, very shady. When she said that, I was like, maybe it's your energy. Have you thought about that? She said the energy in her place or just something. She said something about energy because the sage that Ty gave her the last time is done. And it made me think like maybe it's you. Maybe you're the problem because I don't know. I don't really get really good vibes, good energy from her. She seems catty. It's like she's doing too much. When there's a new show, maybe this is what it is. When there's a new show, there's always that character or, yeah, there's always that one person on the show that does extra to want to be the star or the face of the show. That's the vibes that she's giving me. So I don't know if she's playing her personality up to be like the star of the show or what, but simmer down. Simmer down, girl. They go in there, they're talking about relationships, they're talking about Ty is trying to figure out, like, are you just flirting with this boy or could you see yourself liking him? And the more, I mentioned this already, the more Ty mentions this, the more I'm like, yeah, Jordan is a fuckboy because I don't think she would care too much to keep asking Bree, like, so what do you think? Like, are you really serious about him? Like, cause every time they talk about it, she's always asking like, okay, is this a serious thing or what? Just very interesting and crazy to me. But the girls are getting their hair done, and then this Jordan and Bree situation comes up again. They're not even in a relationship, and I'm tired of like them already. It's like they're trying to make them like a thing. The girls keep bringing it up. And Ty is really against it. This is why I feel like she knows for a fact he's a fuckboy or he's a player. And she's not with it. She's not with it at all. And yeah, she's not interested. And I understand her not wanting her friend to get played, but it's like there's some things people got to figure out on their own because you keep asking her. It's like I don't think Bree's in a space to even be in a relationship because it seems like she hasn't really gotten over what happened to her with her ex, which seemed like a super, super, super toxic situation over there. Like, sir, what? He moved without her permission. He moved there for her. Anyway, so it's like, what do you know? What do you know? So they're still getting their hair done. Everyone's getting their hair done. I think it was funny that Cheryl mentioned that her her alter ego name is C Nasty. I cracked up. She doesn't even seem like she'll have that type of name, and I think that's why it's so funny that that's her alter ego name. But anyway, they're talking about Amanda's party, Palm Springs, Palm Springs. They keep talking about that, and she's excited. And I think what's her name? I thought the whole thing would have been planned by Ty because she's an event planner, but I think she planned her dinner. But I thought the whole entire thing was going to be planned by her. But once they started showing us the house that they rented in Palm Springs, I was like, this is really nice. I just love seeing Black people thrive. Okay. I was like, this is really nice. I love putting blush on my nose. I don't know. It just looked like they were about to have a vibe. And I forget which one of them said that they saw oh my God, what was it? Um she was like, I think it was either Ty or Amanda. She was like, there's demons here. Girl, I couldn't take her seriously. I was like, stop. No, I don't want to hear it. A little bit of iced coffee. Look at my cup, y'all. It's so cute. So the day started. People aren't here yet. I feel like I'm putting a lot of blush on. People aren't here yet, and Amanda's getting upset. It's mostly like Ty and Amanda getting upset, and I get it. Especially Ty being an event planner, I understand. Like, time is of the essence. But y'all, I want to tell you, I understand how both of them are feeling. I think I've learned this throughout the years. I wasn't always someone that would like be on time. But one, working in retail and people relying on you, and two, being an actress, when you have an audition and things are due and you always have to be places like 15 minutes early or 15 minutes before, whatever. Like, if I had to be somewhere at 2:30, I would like to be there at 2:15, sometimes 2 o'clock if there's space there. So when I invite people places, and I feel like at this point my friends, they now know this about me. If I invite you somewhere and you don't communicate to me, one, that you're running late, especially within the first 10 minutes, like, hey, I'm not going to be there. I'm actually going to be late 10, 15 minutes. That's fine. Because I'm like, you're letting me know. If you just show up late or you're lying about your ETA, best believe I will leave you. I will go have fun. I will do what I need to do. I will come home, take a shower, and relax. And you're going to get there and you're going to be upset because you're going to be by yourself. Because people have gotten comfortable always showing up late places, like, oh, it's gonna be fine. And one, that's not okay. Don't do that to your friends. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So I understand, especially when they're like, oh, we're almost there, we're almost there. Probably saying that you just got in your car. Don't, especially when you know this girl will probably be waiting on y'all. She probably wants to start this whole thing together so people won't feel left out. Like, if something has a time frame of you can get here from here to here, fine. If it's a party, fine. But if I tell you something starts at something, we're going to brunch and it starts at this time, or we're doing something that starts at a certain time, and you don't show up, I'm one person. Listen, I can have fun by myself. I enjoy going out by myself. I enjoy going to the movies by myself. I will leave you. I will leave you. So the way Ty and Amanda was feeling, I was like, y'all have every right. every right to feel the way y'all feel. And then we see we see, what are their names? Jordan and Bree matching because, she caught a ride. Her and Becky caught a ride with Jordan on their way down here. So they're like matching together, and people were just like, I don't want to say clowning them, but they're like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Okay, what are you doing? So they're all laughing and stuff like that. People started showing up. So now Ty and Amanda, they're feeling a little better, And we hear the engine, like revved up engine, okay? Like super loud. And then the McLaren pull up. And before they even show us, I'm like, did they, the Ty, because this whole time I thought she planned the whole thing. So I was like, is there a celebrity that's about to show up and perform? Is there, like, what's about to happen? Who's coming through? And then it's PJ. And he brings the unknown. I'm going to touch on this later, because I think what he did was really, really rude. He put that girl in such a mean and uncomfortable situation, which I know for a fact he lied to her. It made it seem like, she was, like it was just, a friend's party. Like, like it's nothing. Like, there's some certain parties where it's just like, I'm having a party, come through. You can bring your friends. This is not one of those parties. And either he's really daft and he didn't know that, but like, y'all are a small circle. Why are you bringing someone that the group doesn't know? It's not the fact that he invited her. One, he didn't mention it to Amanda, get her permission. Like, hey, I know this is a group thing. Can I bring somebody? He didn't ask that at all. We didn't see, obviously he didn't ask that, because she was like, as soon as he pulled out of the car, she was like, what the hell? And in the moment when he stepped out the car, I was like, either he just got a multi-million-dollar deal with his artist, or this is a rental. That's one. And I was like, PJ drives a Honda, a broken down Honda. There's no way he would have went from that car, if he has sense. There's no way he would have went from that car, even if this was a purchase, from that car to a McLaren. And out of all the things he could have rented, that one is not your party. This would have been appropriate if it was PJ's party. Rolling up in that car, it was a red fire, like, car is sexy as hell. And he rolled up with Miami. If this was his party, that would have been epic. That's a way to do an entrance to your party. This is somebody else's party. You're trying to, like, he's so insecure. As soon as I saw that, I was like, what in the corny, insecure piece of shit is he pulling here? You bring an unknown to the guest. And I actually really like this girl because she was willing, like, she looked open and ready to, like, meet the girls and have a good time. But they were being catty. It's like, I guess after you get to a certain age, you just know how to handle stuff. Because if that was my party, I would have been like, okay, PJ, that was rude. But I would have welcomed her, because now she's the only girl here that doesn't really know anybody. Ty seemed to know her. So she went up to her and said something and made her feel a little comfortable. And then Becky was saying some shit under her breath. She was like, dang it. She was like, well, where's she going to sleep? She's staying here tonight? And then when Miami went up to her to press her about it, she lied. Bitch, you're scared. You're nice, nasty. She's one of those girls, she feels like, oh, this is what it comes off. Like I said, I don't know these people, but she comes off as, I look so cute and adorable and innocent, but I'm really a bitch. That's how she comes off. And she's a liar, and also seems to be some type of insecurity going on there, because, baby girl, what? I don't know. I didn't like, y'all, I did not like the way she came off when Miami was like, is there a problem? And then she was like, you're listening too hard. Bitch, you just said it. When she said that, y'all, and tried to make that girl seem like she didn't know what she was talking about, she said, you listening too hard. How do you mean? Yeah, I'm listening too hard. I listened to what you just said. And I'm asking you, what do you mean by that? and now she lying. So in this episode, this was the moment I knew I really liked what is our girl's name? I really liked Ty because, you know, from what they've shown so far, she seems to be the glue of the group. And I don't know if it's because she's an event planner, you know, having people together and getting people together is her job. And it's also something that she probably cares about and is passionate about. So it also shows off and comes off in her group of friends. And I really like that about her. When the girl came in Miami, I keep saying the girl, when Miami came, she didn't automatically talk shit and made her feel, oh my god, why can't I talk? Make her feel uncomfortable. She said something, you know, like, and then the rest of the girls, they walked away from her. And this was the moment I knew I was like, I'm not gonna like Becky. I already don't like Bree, and they both over there talking shit. Which all the smoke should have been for PJ and not for Miami, because she didn't do nothing to y'all. She didn't do nothing wrong. She just showed up. Yeah, she didn't do anything to anybody. She just showed up, and they were being catty towards her, and I was like, oh no, we don't like that over here. So yeah, this is the moment I realized I really like Ty. And I don't like that they made her cry because she was just trying to make everybody comfortable, and they were acting weird, and she called that out, and they tried to like play it off, especially Becky, like, girl, you said what you said. The homegirl was like, what did you say? She was gonna press you. Like, girl, don't try to. And I like that she stood up for herself and didn't let herself like feel sad, even though they made her feel that way in the end. Like, ill. Your anger was directed at the wrong person. PJ is the insecure piece of shit that showed up in this elaborate car. Like, he could not even humble himself. He could not even get like, I'm fine with him renting a rental because it's Palm Springs. His car is probably like, I'm not doing that drive from wherever he lives. Getting a nice rental would have been nice, but to get a car like that, your priorities are fucked up. And you're trying to be like showing off to somebody else's party. It screams, I'm very insecure, and I'm trying to show off and invite another girl. When he could have just, oh my God, men are dumb. Men are so fucking dumb. Men, y'all are dumb. If there's any guy watching this, I mean, unless you're not dumb. If you like Becky, why didn't you just give her a call? Like, hey, I'm going to get a rental. Ride with me. It would have been simple. This drama wouldn't have existed. Am I... You know what I thought was really funny when when oh my god, when the guys was like, he showed up with a rented girl and a rented car, or a rented car and a rented girl. I died laughing. I was like, y'all didn't have to do that girl like that. She didn't do nothing to nobody. She probably was like, listen, I'm here to have a good time, okay? And they almost try to make her feel like shit. I don't like that. I didn't like that at all. I'm trying to find a brush. We have now realized that Rebecca is phony. And you know, when she had that talk with Bree at the park, I was like, oh, she's probably gonna be one of the girls I actually really like. Psych. Psych. She showed her true self. Oh, this is probably too much. Oh well. She showed her true self, and I was just like, ooh, I don't like that. I don't like how you coming off right now, because that girl hasn't done anything to you. Because they just picked off, okay, now we're on episode 3, if I didn't mention that. They just picked off where we left off from the last episode. And I guess this is why they, just dropped all 3 episodes at once, so we didn't have to like wait and see what was gonna happen. And I didn't mind that at all, like, especially when I'm like watching these things. It's easier and fun to watch 3 episodes of something that premieres. Reviewing it, not so much, okay, because it's so much packed in. This is not that bad because it's not a TV show, but y'all, I promise you, the other TV shows, I was like, oh my god, how am I gonna do this? because I need to do it episode by episode. Anyway, her jealousy is just coming out. Just because the boy you like brought another girl in here, you address that boy. Don't talk to Ty like that, cause Ty didn't do nothing to you. And then it's like when they're quite, she lied. She's a liar. Like, why y'all trying to make Ty seem like she don't know what she's talking about in this moment? I don't know, Becky. No one likes you. No one likes you. So they're talking about the whole situation, and the girls are like, you guys men, you don't hold each other accountable. And then they was like, I mean, what are we supposed to do? This is why I said earlier, y'all men are dumb. Men don't ever, they would side with each other before they hold each other accountable. Like, you guys don't think the girls, all I'm trying to say is, in this position the girls were right, because PJ, what are you doing? What are you doing? So PJ and Rebecca have a conversation. It just was like, one, Rebecca, grow up. You didn't have to call Miami by her wrong name. She hasn't done it. She literally, even in this moment, she still hasn't done anything wrong to you. So I don't understand. The next day, I'm guessing, yeah, the next day they wake up, and PJ and Miami are having a conversation, and I'm just like, I don't know if Rebecca and Miami are around the same age, but this is how you have like a mature conversation, because she's not going off on him. She's not like yelling. She's not calling the other girl. She's not calling Becky like, her wrong name, a disrespectful name or anything like that. She's asking questions, and she's like, got it. Even after P just said, yeah, I do like her, she didn't like go off on a tangent. She didn't do any of that extra stuff that Becky was doing, because, really, my girl Miami came there to have a good time. They treated her very like, they were just being so catty. And it wasn't necessary at all. Like, grow up. Grow up. And how can PJ like you so much? So much that you weren't the one he invited to this. You don't have your priorities straight at all, girl. And after that stunt he pulled, one that's corny, I would have been coochie dry. Okay? I would have been immediately turned off. I wouldn't have been interested in having any more conversation about me liking you, because even if he didn't show up with anybody, why are you showing up to somebody else's party in a rental that looks like that? On someone else's birthday weekend. There's just so many things that he did wrong on this weekend, and no one was really calling him out. They took all that anger on Miami. So the morning, the thing that they had planned, not the morning, just the next day, the thing they had planned was going ATVing. I guess that's what I'll say. And it looked like they had a blast. I would love to do stuff like that. Oh my God. It looks like such a great time. They all look like they had fun. Cheryl was like, no, I want to get on my own and just have a blast. And it was really fun. Well, it looked really fun. And next, they go to show us, I think, at the dinner. And, Miami did get the dress code right. So it's like, also, this PJ thing is so annoying. If you can tell this girl to bring, it's like an all white party, you couldn't tell Amanda, hey, I'm bringing my friend? Because y'all, I'm going to try to move on from that, because the more I think about it, the more annoyed I am. And I'm just like, I don't understand. I don't get it. So it's Amanda's dinner. I mentioned that already. And, everyone is in the color that they're supposed to be in, except Kofi. It's like, Did he not get the memo? And then when Jordan gave him the sweater, I was like, what is this? You telling me you don't have a white shirt or a white t-shirt in your arsenal in there? That sweater looked ugly. I did not like it. I did not like it at all. Y'all, why do I look like a Christmas tree with the green and the red? But yeah, I was just like, out of all, he could have just gave him a white t-shirt and something. Something. The sweater was really weird, but at least it was still in light colors to really like go with the flow. And Amanda shows up. She's looking like a hottie. Y'all. What's her boyfriend's name? Rob. When he did all that shenanigan, I know it was supposed to be funny, but don't you ever in your life be my man. And at this party, it looked like you're about to get on one knee. I mean, she said they're not ready. And I love that she was able, like, she knows his personality enough to know that he was joking. And I like that dynamic between their relationship, because she knew it wasn't something serious. But for him to even do that, you got to know who to pull that with. Don't do that at my party on my birthday, acting like you're gonna propose, and you don't. We fighting. I'm fighting. But anyway, I love that she knew that he was joking. So thankfully, thank God. So they're having dinner. And another catty thing that she did, they're having a toast, and she's like, shout out to Miami for being on the dress code. Okay, it's the next day. Move on. You're being annoying. Move on. Like, don't single her out like that. So it's a couple of different things that happened at this dinner party or dinner table thing. Bree and Jordan, they're like being lovey-dovey, and then I think it was Ty or Amanda that mentioned something, and then right after that, Jordan texts Bree to chill on the PDA in front of everybody, and he's the one that's all over her. Now that's what I agreed on. You're the one all over this girl. What the fuck are you, y'all? What do you mean chill? So he's being weird, they're being weird together. And I'm just like, that was so weird. Why would you tell her to chill and you're the one that's being all over her? And when she's chilling, she's like, chill off of you. You now want to, like, everybody already knows y'all talking. So what do you mean chill out with the PD? I understand you want to be respectful to other people, but then to act weird, like you're not the one that's all over her, touching all over her, wanting to be in her face. And then I think he brings her a drink or something like that. And she's like, I'm not even feeling this. And he was like, what's up? And he's trying to almost like gaslight her. Like, you just tried to play homegirl and you're asking her what's up. I'm glad she was like, you know what, let's be friends. And he felt a little salty about that. And I was like, good riddance, because you're being weird. You're annoying. You're acting really, 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 really immature. What is going on? I didn't understand that. Anyway, Miami goes by the pit. Miami and Becky go by the pit. They're talking. And Becky, it looked like it was going to go in the right direction. And then Becky started ringing her ugly, insecure head. And she's like talking over Miami. Miami is like, and she was right. If it was a guy that rolled up in here, if he showed up with another guy, y'all wouldn't care. So it's because he showed up with her and you like him. You're feeling some type of way, you're feeling threatened. Even if I felt some type of way, I would have pulled him to the side. Nobody would have known. I would have pulled him to the side like, ew, why did you do that? I thought we liked each other. I thought this was a thing. Like, why would you bring another girl if you knew I would be here and you know I like you? Like, why didn't you invite me? Why didn't you bring me in your car? So having this catty back and forth, and then she started to raise her voice and she started to act extra petty and was just now being nasty. It's like, also, why are you trying to be like this? Like, why are you trying to, ew. And then Amanda joins. Like, she didn't need, like, go back to your dinner table and enjoy your birthday. She did not need to come over there to mediate, because it resulted in nothing. She was basically on Becky's side because that's her homegirl. So that didn't go anywhere. And then PJ came over there. One, he also didn't do a good job. And then they just left Miami at the fire pit like that. I'm like, this girl literally didn't do anything wrong but come here to have a good time. And the dude she came here with basically abandoned her. And the girls attacked her. So, I've come to the conclusion that Becky is super fucking immature. I don't like her. There's something about her and Bree. I don't know if they rub off on each other, but they're birds of the same feather flock together, right? That's how the saying goes. I can see them being friends. I can see why they're friends. It's just something about it. It's not sitting right with my soul. I don't know, but I don't like it. I don't like it. So immature Becky, I don't like her. I really thought I was gonna like her. I did. See, episode 1, I was like, oh, I'm gonna like this girl. I don't like her. She comes off very insecure and jealous, just like PJ. They're a match made in heaven. Y'all go sit y'all insecure asses down together. So the next day, what's her name? Bree catches a ride with, who she got? Ty and her boyfriend? Was it Ty and her boyfriend? Or did she catch a ride with Cheryl? I forget which couple she caught a ride with back home, but she did. Because of the weird shit that happened with Jordan the night before, because he was being weird to her. And Becky is now gonna ride back to home, or back home with PJ, which they deserve each other. Ill, yuck, throw up, ugh. I can't believe she even let him spend the night with her. Hopefully they didn't have sex, but if they did, she's just dumb. She's dumb. Super stupid. She's dumb for that. Because you were just doing all this other stuff. The guy to blame is who you just let spend a night with you. And now you're going to go back home with him. Like, the way he's moving, that should already show her who he is. But they're a match made in heaven because y'all gonna be stupid together. And that's basically how the episode ends. And y'all, I'm ready to see the next episodes because I want to see how this season is going to go down. I like the show. I like that no one fought. I like that. The argument could have been avoided if PJ had not even PJ, if, what's her name? Becky had just pulled him to the side like, ew, that was not cool. The cattiness between Miami, like they treated her really unfairly. That's all I have to say about the first 3 episodes so far. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you watching? Hopefully you've watched before you watch this recap. And I'll see you guys in the next one.